So were you able to
It was a
bake
lot.
when you didn't have any electricity and water? What did y'all do?
Well, no, I skipped the day and it was cold. There was no running water, and I just had to like just tough it out and go to bed with the whole outfit on, some sweatpants. And I hate wearing clothes to bed. Like I don't even like wearing a top to bed. I just like wearing like drawers and that's it. I don't like being restricted. I can't even wear socks to bed.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we just bundled up and
I saw a very funny meme on Instagram. It said that y'all were on a boil water alert, and the meme said, "What water? Boil water with what electricity?" Like, I just thought that was so funny.
you
So wait a
know
minute.
it.
I saw on Instagram that you went to Spinderella's apartment. How'd that happen?
So I was posting stuff on my stories, just like kind of showing the state of affairs here, like what's going on. And Spinderella, who I don't even hardly hang with, I really don't. I know her, like we're cool. She's been on my radio show I had out here. She hits me like first thing in the morning, and she's like, "Are you good?" She's like, "Come over here." And
Wow.
I'm just not used to people doing stuff for me. Like when they do, I'm always like, I don't, I don't want to be a burden. And she's
Mm,
like, no, it's good. And she let us come. Look, I cannot tell you how much that small gesture, it just recharged my batteries because I was getting depressed. I was getting like frustrated. And I know my problems are nothing in comparison to the people who are still on day 4 and 5 without power. But when you're in the middle of 30, 40 hours with no electricity, no heat, you can't get warm and no running water, and you can't find warm food. I didn't have a warm meal since Sunday to Tuesday. It just meant the world. And I just want to say to her, like, thank you once again. You may think it was nothing. She was like, oh, it's all good. I'm like, no, it did a lot more for me. Like just my spirit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was very
wow. Big
frustrating.
up to Spinderella. Hey, great. That's amazing. People still have hearts. That's good to know.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, one of my friends asked me to take a COVID test before coming over, and I was
Woo!
like, yeah, and you know,
It's like,
Wow.
girl, now is not the time for this. Okay,
well,
like,
well, we had just hung out together the week before, and there was no request for a COVID test, and it kind of threw me for a loop because that's my girl. We were just like in the car together, hanging out, and she's like, "Girl, you be traveling. You got COVID?" I'm like, "I don't think I do, but I wouldn't stop someone from getting warm at my place if I, I don't know. I just it
it
was
was
really eye opening this experience. It
it
really
was
was.
a hollow, obligatory gesture. She didn't really want you around there.
That's true.
You know what? It's just less money for me to spend on Christmas and birthdays right now. It was a learning experience, and the people that you don't even like spend a lot of time with, you'd
Right.
be surprised at who really will
Right.
just kind of like extend that helping hand. So, anyways, enough about me. Let's get into some hot topics. Actress and reality star Tami Roman's home suffered in the Texas snowstorm that happened this week, and she recently posted videos of her badly damaged home on Instagram. It was really heartbreaking. Let's take a look.
Everything I've been working so hard for to be able to give my children just ripped away in an instant.
Y'all see the video of our home? The water was just coming through the ceiling, caved in. It was really,
Mhm.
really.
And it sucked because she's in Atlanta working. And the only thing in my mind was I was thinking to myself, I hope somebody was at her house to be able to like get her pictures and get her, the things that you
Mhm.
can salvage and put in a garbage bag and put in the trunk of the car or something because it sucks. And I know it's got to be super stressful. You're she's on a stage play,
Mhm.
to be committed. You got to do shows. People bought these tickets and your house, all of this stuff is going on and you can't even go secure your items. I know that's got to be a whole nother level of stress. And my heart really does go out to Tami Roman because, like you said, you build your whole life. Everything she's worked for is in it, and it's gone.
So people were being really mean. I went and looked at the comments. I posted something, some words of encouragement on the page, and they were like, "Stop crying. You got 5 homes, and what about the people that don't have?" Listen, people, just because you have money and people perceive you to be, wealthy or you're successful, that doesn't mean it's not heartbreaking. It doesn't mean you didn't work hard for that thing. And in today's success story that you may think is an overnight celebrity or star or success story, a lot of times it was like 10, 20 years of struggle before that. And that doesn't make it less hurtful to see a home devastated. She had to pay closing costs and find it and get emotionally invested in that place and work hard to keep those payments up. And I don't care if you have 10 houses. If you 1 or 10 houses, it's still heartbreaking to see your home devastated. And the way these insurance companies are set up, they make it really difficult to claim that, like, oh, well, that's an act of God, or you know what I mean? Like they really do be trying it. So it was heartbreaking to see that. It really was. Okay, look, meanwhile, Texas Senator Ted Cruz is apologizing for flying his punk ass to Mexico while millions of residents in our state were left with no power. The winter blast also disrupted service for more than 12 million Texas residents. And I'm gonna tell you something, I live out here and it was horrific. It felt like the end of the world. Grocery stores were either closed or nothing was there, or lines around the corner, no warm food anywhere. What do you think about Ted Cruz slandering Mexicans for a long time, talking so much shit about Mexico, talk so much shit about other politicians when they dare to take a vacation or play a round of golf, when he talked about Obama. But in the middle of this issue, his state is in dire need. You take a public plane, a commercial plane, photograph like he didn't even care. What do you think about this? And what do you also think about the state of Texas? It should have been way better prepared. It's a hot ass mess.
It's hypocrisy, it's selfishness, and it's entitlement at its finest. You know, at the very end of the day, him being in his house or him being in Mexico is inconsequential to anybody's life, but it's the optics of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least respect us enough to lie to us and make it seem like you're struggling with us and you're in the trenches with us, even though you're not. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're comfortable in your mansion or whatever it is you got going on, or your access to your government building or your government bunker with your free FEMA water and every damn thing else that you stole on the taxpayer dollars, warm blankets, this, that, and the third. But at least respect what people are going through enough to pretend like you care about the people and that you're in it with them.
And he lied too. He lied. Al, you hear the lie when he was trying to put it on his kids. Oh, my daughters wanted to go on vacation. But then the text messages were revealed that his wife, Heidi, who Trump called the ugly, and he still continued to kiss Trump's ass. That's a whole nother story. He's just a whack ass dude. Anyways, the text messages were like, hey guys, let's all go away for the weekend and go to Mexico. He put it on his kids. He lied.
I think this is just remnants of Donald Trumpism, if you ask me. Don't you remember when Puerto Rico went through that horrific situation down there? And he went down to Puerto Rico and tossed paper towels as if it was a football out to the crowd. I think that these senators and these governors are still, we're having an after effect of Donald Trump and how he disrespects people across the board. He disrespects humanity. He has no compassion, and he exercises his privilege at all times. I think that we have to figure out a way to make these people accountable for their disrespect, because as a senator, you represent the people. And if you're representing the people, you don't need to be flying to Mexico. I don't care if it's your daughter's 16th birthday or your wife's anniversary. You represent the people. You were elected by the people. And to be honest, the people paid for that private plane.
People like us get dragged if we go on vacation. Every time I do something, it's like, oh, you have people suffering. I'm not an elected official that's sworn to work for the people. So I just can only imagine the audacity. Like, you didn't think this thing through, Ted Cruz, and then the fact that you lied and got caught. I think he
didn't care. He just like Donald. Donald doesn't care. During his president, we saw time and time again. He doesn't care what we think and what we feel and how we feel. He exercised his privilege at every corner of his administration, and we're still seeing the remnants of it. It's time for Ted Cruz to go.
I know hate is a strong word, and we got to take a quick break, but I really hate him. I really think he's trash, and we could have had Beto O'Rourke, who, by the way, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez raised $1 million in one day for the people of Texas in New York. And Beto O'Rourke, who's a private citizen, he organized a phone bank and checked on 300,000. He made 300,000 calls to check on the elderly. So everyone but Ted Cruz is working for Texas. So we're going to take a quick break. We have more TGIF. When we return, and Ted Cruz, you can go to hell.